So it's official. The United States is going to go to war with Iran. But why? Well, the United States and Israel both told Iran to stop hitting Israel with more missiles. However, they didn't listen and they continue to do it. This is sending many people running for cover in Tel Aviv. Now, today we're going to address what's going on just over the past few hours. But what we know is the United States is sending more military equipment, more warships, and even aircraft to the Middle East to prevent this from getting out of hand. And by getting out of hand, I'm talking about Iran hitting Israel even more. Today we're going to break this down, but look at this right here because again, this is troubling. Look at this.
U.S. is not involved in the ongoing airstrikes. Israeli military jets continue to pound targets inside of Iran. And President Trump posted on social media, "We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran." Satellite images show direct hits on Iran's uranium enrichment program in Natanz.
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple.
He said it's very simple. Iran cannot have any nuclear weapons. The troubling thing, though, is the way that the United States would be able to eliminate all nuclear weapons is something that we call a MOP. Okay? This would be something that has never been used in a war setting. But this right here, and it could be devastating, but they also call it the bunker buster. Okay, we'll get to that in a moment, but look at this.
President Trump says the U.S. knows where Iran's supreme leader is hiding, but said America will not yet take him out. Trump added that his patience is wearing thin.
Okay. President Trump's patience is wearing thin. Why is this? Well, it's because the United States have already warned the leader to stop sending more missiles into Israel. However, it's not doing anything. It continues to go on. This article right here says the Pentagon sends warplanes, aircraft carrier to Middle East as Iran-Israel conflict rages. This is expected to go on for a little bit of time. It's not just going to stop. According to reports, Iran wanted a ceasefire between Iran and Israel. However, the United States had no interest in negotiating the ceasefire with Israel, simply because the threat is still there. Now, keep this in mind because this is the real threat. According to reports, the United States has a fairly good idea as to where some of these nuclear facilities are. But this is a concern. According to reports, Iran has had some nuclear capabilities, and they've hid nuclear weapons all over their country. Some of which are in the mountainside, some of which are in just normal looking homes, others are actually in facilities. We don't know exactly where they're at. Okay? This is the concern. That even if we go and think we get all of them, there's a very good chance there's still some out there. That's why some say the only way to prevent this from escalating is to get rid of all the leaders, all the researchers, and again, try to just eliminate the majority of the facilities that we know of. Okay? Look at this. It says President Donald Trump meets with his security team after demanding Iran surrender. That was earlier on today. They didn't surrender. They will not surrender. Well, that leads us to the next step. Look at this. It says the plane and the bomb that could draw America into a war with Iran. As I said before, it's called the bunker buster. It says this bunker buster U.S. bomb could cripple Iran's nuclear ambitions. The 30,000-pound massive ordnance penetrator, aka MOP, is considered by analysts to be the best chance of getting through to deeply buried targets. This is why they call it the bunker buster. Again, I believe this has never been used in a war setting. This is massive. Okay? I want to read a little bit of this article to you. Look at this right here. It says right here, the 30,000-pound GBU-57/B bunker buster, also known as the massive ordnance penetrator or MOP, would very likely be the weapon of choice if President Donald Trump gave the green light to U.S. involvement in Israel's strikes on Iran's nuclear program. Here's the thing. This has to go on in a B-2 bomber, okay? And I believe it can carry 2 at a time. Now, here's the thing. If we see this get deployed, this would have to... The United States can't just come in and hit a target here and here and kind of sit back and wait and see what happens. According to many experts, the only way this works is if the United States comes in and just demolishes everything at once. It would be a massive attack. With that said, there could be some blowback. Okay? This is one of the reasons why, according to reports, President Trump has issued a warning and told people of Tehran to evacuate, to get out immediately. Now, when he talked about it and addressed this on Air Force One, he simply said that it was just to make sure people are safe. That's it. Just to make sure that people are safe. Not necessarily that the United States is going to hit Tehran. But based off of other reports, this is exactly what they are planning. If the United States hits Tehran, they want to do it quickly. They want to do it and make sure that there's very few casualties. The problem is it's a massive city. Okay? So that's the issue. Now, where do we go from here? Well, we've been talking about this for the past couple of days. The problem that we are going to face is that the United States doesn't want to get into this, didn't want to get into this. However, we are now in this. We are in this alongside of Israel. There's other countries that are concerned that this war, this little conflict between Iran and Israel is going to spread. Some of which, according to reports, are calling the United States and trying to figure out what is our take. Where are we at? Where do we stand? But according to reports, President Trump is still just talking with his cabinet, talking with people at the White House. So we're going to see what happens over the next several days. My guess is we have a very good indication as to where this goes, likely in the next 24 to 48 hours. That's the expectation. So we'll see. But here's my advice to you. We don't know what this is going to do. We don't know how far this is going to go. So if you have not gone and filled up your vehicles, go and do that, because gas prices are likely to shoot up probably within the next couple of weeks. Okay? That's one thing. The next one, and this is a big one. We don't know if there's going to be an attack here in the United States. Okay? What we do know is Iran has many different proxies. Hezbollah being one of them, which we have it's under good authority that there are multiple sleeper cells here in the United States. And Hezbollah is one of those. If that's the case, they could activate a sleeper cell at any moment. And again, we don't know where it would be. We don't know what it would look like. We don't know who they are. Okay? So the warning, according to the FBI and Homeland Security, is if you see something, say something. Because again, this is one of those times of heightened security and more threats. So, as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates as soon as we get it. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.